Welcome to a different kind of Florida paradise where over the next couple of days, we are gonna be camping. Now, when you think of camping in Florida, you might think of bugs, humidity, and sleeping on the hard ground, all of which are reasons I am not a big camper. But this experience is gonna be different because we are staying with Timberline Glamping in the Hillsborough River State Park.
While we will be sleeping in a tent, we're going to be camping in luxury. We'll have hotel quality beds, electrical outlets, heat and AC, and a few other perks we'll show you a little bit later. But it's only around 1 in the afternoon, which means we still have a couple more hours before check-in time, so we're going to show you a bit of what else this park has to offer first.
Now, one of those things is miles of trails, including the trail we're on right now, which is the Rapids Trail. What's unique about this trail is that it leads to Class 2 rapids, which are very rare here in Florida.
Now, our first impressions of this trail and this park in general is that it's beautiful, peaceful, and really makes you feel like you're deep in the Florida wilderness, which is pretty crazy considering we're only around 10 miles outside the Tampa metro. And being able to experience that peacefulness over the next couple of days while also enjoying the comforts that Timberline Glamping provides is something we're both really looking forward to.
Now, in pretty much any other state, these would not be too impressive, but here in Florida, this is one of only a handful of Class 2 rapids, so it is pretty cool to see. You can hear the rapids from quite a distance. It's a nice area to walk to and just enjoy nature.
Now, while we really did enjoy the Rapids Trail, it is a short trail and probably not a place that you're going to want to spend a lot of time. So that means we still have some more time to kill before we're able to check in, and we're going to spend it by showing you a little bit more of what this park has to offer outside the camping area.
Just a minute or so down the road from the Rapids Trailhead is parking area number 3, and here you'll find a huge picnic area. There's a bunch of tables with grills, a nice playground, and you can also access a few trails. We're actually going to be getting out on one that goes to a suspension bridge tomorrow, and it also has really nice views of the river, which I think we're going to paddle on tomorrow too. This is also the area you can find the stationary bridge, but unfortunately Hurricane Irma did damage it pretty badly, so you can no longer walk across it.
Now, we are out here in early January, and it has been an extremely dry winter in this part of Florida so far. And as a result, I think that this river is way down. But I'm guessing that lack of rainfall is also part of the reason why this river is so calm right now. I don't think I've ever seen a river where you could see the reflection of the tree branches and the sky so clearly. Now, it is around 3 o'clock now, so we were about to go to the camping area to check in, but then we met a guy on the trail that said he just saw one of the biggest gators he'd ever seen a little bit down the trail that way. So of course we had to go check it out, and man, he was not lying. I think that was the biggest alligator we have ever seen in the wild. It had to have been 12 foot long.
After this massive gator spotting, it was finally time to head to the camping area to check into our tent and cook up some food, and I couldn't have been much more excited about it.
So we got all settled into the tent, but before it gets dark, we wanted to walk around the camp area just to get a lay of the land. Now, all the glamping sites, they're really close to this restroom area right behind me. There's also showers in there, sinks to do dishes, a soda machine, and a washer and dryer to do laundry.
So apparently Jamie is way better at spotting alligators than me because she saw this thing right away. And even after she pointed it out to me, it took me like 10 seconds to see it. There's a gator right there. And tomorrow we are supposed to launch our kayak right here. How you feeling about that, Jamie? Good. Pretty good, she says. So now that we located the bathrooms and the kayak launch area, I think the only thing left to do is go get the grill going and crack a beer.
Now we knew that our setup here would have a charcoal grill for us. Yesterday we went to Detweiler's and we got salmon, swordfish, and corn on the cob to grill. One of the things Skylar does miss about owning a home is the ability to grill so easily, so he was kind of excited to be grilling again.
So while I did used to grill at home quite a bit, it's been a long time since I've grilled on charcoal, and I've probably actually only done it like 2 or 3 times in my entire life, so this is definitely not going to be a grilling masterclass, but I'm gonna do my best.
Got our salmon and our swordfish, our corn, avocado oil, Allegro marinade, blackened seasoning, and of course Skylar has his beer for the evening, which tonight is Apollinaire Salvatore.
So now that we got the coals heating up, we're gonna marinate this salmon and swordfish for about 5 to 10 minutes before we throw it on the grill. And I am using original Allegro, which is pretty much my go-to marinade for everything. Our charcoals are looking hot, so it's time to add some blackened seasoning, and I'm gonna get this swordfish on the grill first because it is super thick. Now, one thing I have learned about grilling swordfish over the years is that you definitely do not want to overcook it because it gets really dry and fishy tasting if you do, so you do have to really keep an eye on it. Now, salmon, on the other hand, is much more oily and much more forgiving. You can cook it pretty rare, or you can even do more of like a medium well and it's still going to be juicy and delicious. The salmon is looking ready. So everything is off the grill, everything's looking good. I'm pretty confident about the salmon and the sweet corn, but not so much about the swordfish. We'll see what Jamie thinks.
Starting with the salmon.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, it's not juicy, oily,
Yeah.
but it's oily in a good way. Now let's try the swordfish. I don't know about this. Not dry,
Good.
not fishy,
Good.
cooked perfectly.
Oh man, getting rave reviews over here. Don't want to talk myself up, but that's some damn good salmon.
So we've probably taken you to over 500 restaurants on this channel, but this might be the first time we have cooked a meal. We know it's a little bit different. We hope you all are enjoying it because we definitely are.
We are actually really enjoying this dishwashing station. I think we're gonna get these dishes done and then go start up a fire.
The area with all the glamping tents does look really cool at night because they all have nice lights in front of them.
Skylar is working on moving some hot coals over to the fire pit. See if we can get this fire started.
That should do it.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that going. Nice work. We have got the fire going, our bikes unloaded, and of course we are going to show you around our glamping tent, but it is pretty dark right now, and even though there are a few lights in there, I think we're going to wait until the morning to show you around. Now, we would recommend making good use of this fire pit when you stay here. We did bring wood with us, but you can purchase it at the entrance to the state park. I think today they were selling it until around 3 or 3:30, but around sunset, we actually saw a golf cart pulling a trailer that was selling wood and ice. Now, we don't know if they do that every day, but we thought it was pretty cool.
Now, something I do want to mention is that unless you consider that time we spent a night in a yurt or the time we slept in the back of our car, this is actually the first time we've taken you camping on this channel, and we do want to know what you think about it. Are you enjoying it, or would you prefer we stick to spending our nights in Airbnbs and hotels? Let us know in the comments. Now, if you are one of what we hope to be at least a few people who are enjoying this video, we'd really love it if you'd hit that thumbs up or that hype button, because as you probably know, every time you do that, it helps this video reach a wider audience and helps us keep making more videos like this one. Now, I think it's time for us to hit the hay, and then we'll see you back in the morning. Good morning. We woke up to a cool, foggy, and incredibly humid morning, but we wouldn't have known it inside because that heating and cooling unit actually keeps the humidity down pretty good, and that bed was so comfortable. We definitely got the best night of sleep we have ever gotten while camping.
Yeah, but we definitely needed it because we have a lot planned for today. So I think we're gonna finish our coffee, have a little bit of breakfast, and then we'll show you around inside. Welcome to site number 19, a standard safari tent here in the Hillsborough River State Park. Now, before we show you around inside, we do have to thank the folks at Timberline Glamping Tampa for hosting us and allowing us to share this luxury camping experience with you all. Let's head inside. As soon as you walk in, this queen bed is to your left. And like we mentioned earlier, we slept very well on it. It's a super soft mattress and the sheets are soft as well. On either side of the bed, there are nightstands with lamps, and those lamps actually put off a lot more light than I thought they would. And underneath the stands are additional places to charge your devices. Now above the bed, there is a fan to keep you cool. And behind me, there's a set of bunk beds. So if you're traveling with a group or a family, this would be a nice setup. We should mention though that there are a few different types of tents that you can rent, so we would recommend heading to their website to see which one would be best for your trip. In the corner is a sitting area with 2 chairs and a coat rack. I actually found this to be quite convenient because there is a mirror on it, so I was able to use that this morning to get ready instead of the mirror in the community bathroom. Next to the sitting area is the heating and cooling unit, which works very well. Yesterday it kept it cool in here, and last night it kept it warm. Next to that is the mini fridge with a bottle opener on the side, and Skylar definitely put that to good use. And finally, there's the coffee station. They did provide us with a Keurig machine and 4 K-cups of their own coffee, which was pretty good. They also give you a couple of their mugs to use during your stay. Something I really appreciate about this setup is that you can really enjoy Florida's natural beauty, but not have to pack or prep near as much as if you were tent camping. When you get here, everything's set up. The tent is up, the beds are made, you have electricity, and unpacking hardly takes any time when you're just bringing clothes and food prep items.
Now, packing for me was super easy because I finally have my very own bento bag. I've been listening to Jamie rave about hers for months now, and after packing this for the first time, I gotta say I understand why she loves hers so much. It's super easy to pack, it lays flat, and it has a pocket or pouch for pretty much everything. On this side, I was able to pack a few changes of clothes. My laptop fits right in the sleeve in the middle. And on the other side, I was able to pack my sandals, the cord to my laptop, and a few more shirts. Now, Jamie normally packs our toiletries in her bento bag, so I stuffed these 2 pouches with some of our electronics.
We also packed our origami tote from Nomad Lane because it fit so many random items that we needed for cooking and cleaning, like paper towels, a milk frother, honey, a lighter, a filtered water bottle, utensils, a sponge for doing dishes, instant coffee, disinfectant wipes, and even some plates. I could hardly believe how much I fit in there. If you're ready to be able to pack more and be more organized in 2026, then go ahead and scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the video description to purchase your own bento bag and origami tote today. And be sure to use code Explorcation to save 10%. We do have to thank Nomad Lane for sponsoring this episode. Now let's show you more of this park.
So we've made it back out onto the trail to the suspension bridge, and while today did start off a little bit gloomy, the fog burned off and we have another bright, sunshiny, and unseasonably warm day here in Florida. While we make our way to the suspension bridge, we do want to take a second to talk about where Hillsborough River State Park is located. It's about a half-hour northeast of downtown Tampa, just off of US Highway 301. Now, our check-in time at Timberline Glamping yesterday was 3 p.m., but we wanted to make a day of it, so we started heading northwards from Palmetto a little bit early, and we found some really cool spots to stop by along the way.
We have made it to the suspension bridge, which has beautiful views of the Hillsborough River. We thought this was the perfect place to tell you a little bit more about the places we stopped through yesterday. First, we went to Eureka Springs Park, which is also northeast of Tampa. It's a 31-acre botanical garden. The entrance fee was only $2, and we thought it was well worth it. This place has a well-maintained boardwalk that's surrounded by palm trees, really tall trees, and ferns. There were so many ferns at this park. We honestly would have been happy if that park only had that boardwalk trail because it was so impressive by itself. But then they also had this garden area that had really bright flowers blooming, and they even had an area where they had orchids and a small greenhouse. Once we left the park, we headed up to Temple Terrace to stop by Lunar Coffee. They are known for their Asian-inspired drinks. I ordered their black sesame latte and Skylar ordered their ube cloud, which is basically ube foam on top of an iced latte. The black sesame latte was very nutty, a little bit earthy, and kind of like dark chocolate. It was also a little bit gritty. Overall, it was a unique latte and we would order it again. The foam on the ube latte was a little sweet and it paired really well with the iced latte. It was a smooth drink overall and another one we would recommend.
After our coffees at Lunar, we drove just a minute or two down the road to Mango's Cafe, which specializes in soul food on the weekends and Caribbean food during the week. And since we were there during the week, Caribbean food was on the menu and we found some really good options to choose from. We ended up going with a chicken dish and a brown stew, as well as the jerk chicken, and we took it to go so we could enjoy it right here in the park. Now that jerk chicken was a little bit charred on the outside and was covered in a nice tangy sauce that did have a little bit of heat. And that brown stew, the chicken in that was so tender, it just fell right off the bone. And the sauce on that was a little bit more of a savory sauce. Now between those two, if we had to pick just one, I think we both agreed that we would go with the brown stew chicken, but we did really enjoy the other dish as well. Now we also have to mention one of the sides that we really loved, which was the plantains. Those were a little bit charred on the outside too, and they were a little bit sweet and the texture was just right. Those were probably the best plantains we ever had, and overall that was an absolutely amazing meal, and we do understand why that place is so popular.
If you're not a fan of heights, then you might not like this bridge. It is pretty high above the water, and because it's a suspension bridge, you can feel all of the wobbles. And if you don't mind heights, we do recommend making the hike to this bridge because the views from it are stunning. We are on our way back from the bridge. I think we're gonna cook up some lunch and then get out on the river.
First, we got to see if that gator's in the same spot it was yesterday.
All right, we'll go check on the gator. Yesterday that gator was up around there, and then on the way to the bridge he was actually in the water right there, but I don't see him right now. I am really excited for lunch today because Skylar is going to be grilling steak and shrimp. It's going to be delicious. Round two. What kind of steak did we get?
Just a sirloin. So these pre-made Cobb salads that we picked up on the way out here already had ham and bacon on them, but we figure they can only get better if you add grilled steak, and we were right, they are delicious. The charred flavor definitely adds a nice touch.
The skewers that we picked up were pre-marinated in a sweet chili sauce. They are sweet, but I would say the heat comes through a lot more, and they picked up that smoky flavor from the coals. It's really good. Now, if you stay here with Timberline, you can do a kayak add-on, and they actually deliver it right to your tent. So we are gonna wheel this thing down to the launch area. Now I just need Skylar. Gotta get him out of this tent. He's enjoying the AC right now. Kayak time? It wasn't too far of a walk, but it would definitely be challenging with one person. So now we gotta get this thing onto this thing and into the water. Skylar's pushing us in.
Ooh, that water is cold.
The water is chilly.
Ooh. Actually, it feels good though, because it's kind of hot out today.
Yeah, it is.
No wind hardly. It's like 80 degrees. For a January day, it is warm, so that
Yeah.
water feels kind of nice. All right, you ready to do this?
I don't know.
Ready to find some gators?
I don't want to, but I know you do.
All right.
When we were putting in our kayak, our camp neighbors were just coming back from their paddle, and they said they saw gators both ways. It's crazy that we haven't had hardly any rain. It's still so green out here. Skylar spotted our first gator. He's a little guy though. Gator number 2 spotted. Over there on the banks. It's a little bit bigger. Gator number 3. That one is up there.
So we started off by paddling what I believe to be east or maybe northeast. And technically, I think we are going upstream right now, but there's hardly any current in this river, so I don't think it really matters which way you're going. I actually read last night when I was doing a little research that this river is down to about 50% of the water flow that it normally has because it has been so dry over the last few months.
Looks like we're coming up on another launch area up here. Oh, there's a bird. We do know that you can rent paddlecraft here at the state park, but we're not sure if that place is open every day to do so. We are paddling a couple hours before sunset, so you can't see the reflection of the sky on the water as vivid as you could earlier in the day, but it's still really pretty. We just went under the bridge that was damaged by Hurricane Irma, and that was probably the area we can tell the most that the water level is down because we could barely get over a fallen tree there. When the water level is a little bit more normal, all of that is underwater. So we made it to the area where we saw the big gator yesterday. We can also see and hear the rapids, and we're not too interested in trying to paddle through those today, so I think we're gonna turn around. So that is where that giant gator was.
Now, while Jamie paddles us back to shore, I gotta take a minute just to do something that we don't do often enough on this channel, and that is to thank all of you who've watched over the years, who've hit that thumbs up button, who've commented on and shared our videos, and who've subscribed over the years. During a time when there's so much anger and hatred out there, and negativity and drama is definitely what's selling, we've been able to stay mostly drama-free and positive, and it's all because of you guys. You've continued to watch our channel and just let us be us, and we are so thankful for that. It really does mean the world to us.
So I was paddling us back. Skylar dropped his sunglasses in the water, and of course, it's right next to the biggest gator we've seen today. He thinks he might be able to snag him. I think they're gone.
I figured they might float, but that does not seem to be happening. And while this water is pretty clear, it's also still pretty dark, so I think they're gone.
I think so too.
Good thing they're cheap.
R.I.P.
It's kind of funny how after you see a few gators along the river, every branch you see in the water, every log, your first reaction is to think it's an alligator. Thankfully though, at least for Jamie's sake, we haven't actually seen an alligator in the water yet.
Skylar doesn't think this is easier than carrying it up. I think it is. I think Skylar's pulling it fast because he knows that we're gonna go get beer soon. And I'm pushing fast because I know we're gonna go get some ice cream.
So we made a quick stop by Dollar General to grab some hydrating drinks for tonight and to grab me a new pair of sunglasses since mine are currently somewhere on the bottom of the Hillsborough River. Now these have about an inch of dust coated on them and they're definitely not stylish, but they are only $6, so I'm not complaining.
Since the state park is so close to Zephyrhills, we wanted to take a couple hours to come up here, get some ice cream, and go to the brewery. Both of those things are located right here in this cute downtown area, and our first stop is the creamery, which is right behind me.
Uptown Creamery makes their own ice cream and they make their waffle cones on the spot. So this waffle cone is nice and warm and the ice cream is cold and creamy. I went with their butter pecan and this is just the treat I was looking for.
And I'm hoping I can find just the treat I'm looking for about a block that way because that's where the brewery is. So for my first beer, I went with Alice's Blueberry Wheat, and it seems like they put a lot of real blueberries in here because it is very blue and very hazy. So that does have a lot of blueberry flavor in it, but not much sweetness at all, which I actually really like. Some of the other blueberry beers I've had have been way too sweet, but this is good. So beer number 2 is Dean's Dairy Stout. It's a milk stout and can't wait to try it. Oh, wow. That is one of the best milk stouts I've ever had. That is delicious. Holy cow. I love this beer. It's just a little bit hoppy. Has a little bit of like a coffee flavor, I think. Yeah, it's like the perfect balance of sweetness and bitterness, a little bit of dark chocolate flavor. I love this beer. It's super smooth too. So I enjoyed the beers at this brewery so much, I decided to get one to go. This is the coffee porter, and I know it's gonna taste amazing next to the bonfire.
We made it back to our tent. Skylar got the fire going. That's a good use of that mug.
So my final beer of the night is a coffee porter that I grabbed on the way out of Zephyrhills Brewing. And even though I'd probably give this beer like an 8 out of 10, I'd say it's still my 3rd out of 3 because that coffee stout and that blueberry wheat were that good. But I'm still happy just to be enjoying a good beer by a fire.
After our fire, we took showers here at the campground, and now we're eating our leftover steak and shrimp, which is why we didn't go to a restaurant when we were in Zephyrhills. Next, we're heading to bed, and we'll see you in the morning.
So Skylar really does love that bed in there. Our alarm clock went off about 45 minutes ago. He just wanted a little more time to sleep. So I made coffee and I did yoga. Now that I'm done with that, I think it's time to wake him up because we have more of this park to show you.
It's 11 a.m., which is checkout time, so our tent's zipped up, we're all packed up, and it's time to go get out on our e-bikes.
So we have made it as far as we can go on this trail. It looks like at some point you could go into the adjacent county park, but it is temporarily closed. Now, when this trail starts off, it kind of seems like you're on an old country road in the middle of nowhere, and then you get into the vegetation, and it does get a little bit more rugged. Now, we are really enjoying it, but we are thankful to have these rugged tires and good suspension on our bikes.
Now, those of you who've been keeping up on our channel know that we've been spending quite a bit of time on our bikes lately. Now, if you watched our Legacy Trail episode, you may remember that we actually gave 3 hints on where we'd be filming today, so we got to take a second to shout out the first 3 of you who guessed this destination correctly.
Smelly Toes guessed glamping at Hillsborough River State Park first. Carrie Meist was second, and Samantha Yoder was third.
Thanks to all of you who did take the time to guess where we'd be filming today. Now it's time to give you some hints on our next episode.
Our next destination is located in a city with 3 words on the Atlantic coast. We have stayed in many of these types of properties before, but never in Florida. So put your best guess in the comments, and the first 3 to guess it right will get a shout out in that episode. Next, we are gonna bike back on this trail and head back to Palmetto. Thank you so much for joining us on our glamping adventure. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.